Good morning. Today let's take up new section, multiple linear regression. So far we have discussed the linear regression between two variables, in the sense one independent variable, one is dependent variable. Now multiple linear regression means, as the name itself says, multiple, not more than two variables. In the previous case, in the yesterday previous class, we are talking about y equal to a plus bx. So in that regression equation, only x is the only dependent variable, and the x is independent variable in y equal to a plus bx. Y is dependent variable, that is y is dependent on x only one variable. It is not always suitable, because I can give an example for that. Crop yield depends on so many factors, not only by rainfall. That is two factors. Rainfall is definitely dependent, of course. As the rainfall increases, crop yield also increase at certain level. Not only rainfall, but also it depends on, see, manure used or fertilizer used, fertility of the soil. Fertility of the soil means the soil of different area is different. Fertility depends on fertility. So normally the fertility throughout this towards north Karnataka, say Dharwad, Bijapur, that side, black soil will be there existing. Black soil is fertile soil, more fertile than our soil in our Uttarakhand district. So black with red mixed soil. So it depends on fertile soil. Also seed quality. It depends on seed quality, and so many other factors are there. So y is a dependent variable. Example, say crop yield. Crop yield depends on so many factors. This is the example for multiple regression. So far we have seen the concept of simple linear regression, where the single predictor variable x. So only in the previous example, in the linear regression of two variables, the y was dependent only on x. Now it is we are considering more than one variable, x1, x2, x3, etc. More than two variables is the multiple linear regression. So in many applications there is more than one factor that influences the response. Multiple regression models thus describe how a single response variable y depends linearly on the number of predictor values, means number of other variables. So that example, the selling price of house can depend on the desirability of the location. It depends on location. So for the in different area, the rate of house is different, as you know. Also it depends on the number of bedrooms. It depends on the year of house was built. Next is square footage of the lot, and the number of other factors. And second example is the height of a child is depends upon the height of the father, height of the mother, the height of the father, then nutrition and environmental factors. So this is the example of multiple regression. So the model is like this. Idea is to examine linear relationship between one dependent y and two or more independent variable xi's, x1, x2, x3, etc. Here y equal to b0 beta 0 plus beta 1 xi plus beta 2 x2, etc. bk xk plus epsilon. Epsilon is the random error. This is the population slopes. This is beta 1, beta 2, etc. Beta 0 is the y intercept. And estimated regression model is estimated y cap equal to beta 0 b0 plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 etc. bk xk. So b1 b2 etc. bk are the estimated slope coefficients, and b0 is the estimated intercept, and y is the estimated y values. Now, errors, the multiple regression assumptions. I can give an example for that. You see, in the previous example, if only two variables are there, so y equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2, say, then three variable cases, so that is a more than 2. So this is multiple regression. Here you have considered only k values are there. K may be more than 2. K may be more than 2 or more. Next is assumptions regarding this regression assumption, multiple regression equation. Assumptions are the errors are normally distributed. Means normally distributed means with a mean 0 and variance 1, constant variance. Error have constant variance. The mean of the errors is 0. The model errors are independent. Independent means correlation coefficient between two two errors is 0. Correlation between two UI uj. UI is the here or u anta ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಲವು. So sometimes it is taken as u and sometimes it is taken as e. Both are the same. Equal to y minus y cap. This is the error. They are independent. Next is example. A distributor of frozen dessert pies wants to evaluate factors thought to influence demand. So distributor, he wants the evaluate the factors thought to influence demand. So one is dependent variable is pie sales. So pie sales depends on the price and advertising. Pies means actually some dish. Data is collected for 15 weeks. Pie sales model. So weeks are here. Pie sales are there. Price and advertising in the dollars are there. So multiple regression model is here three variables y, x1, x2. Multiple regression model is sales equal to beta 0 b0 plus b1 into price plus b2 into advertising. This is the model of this. Now you have to find out this estimate the regression equation by using the least square method, and hence you get the regression model like this. The correlation matrix is like this. Pie charts. So correlation is correlation between price and price sales is minus 0.44, and pie sales with advertising is minus 0.5563. Similarly, price with advertising is minus 0.03044. It means that this pie sales is inversely proportional, or there is a negative correlation between price and advertising. Next is sales. Interpretation of estimated coefficients. Slope b1 estimates that the average value of y, that is the sales, changes by bi units for each 1 unit increase in xi, holding all other variables constant. ಈಗ x1 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ 1 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ ಬೇಡ, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದು ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಅವರೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ y. ಸೊ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ y, there is a change in average change in y always, with the unit change in the independent variable, that is x size. example, if B1 equal to minus 20, means minus represents the negative correlation, or in 20, then sales of Y is expected to decrease, negative correlation. As the sales increases, this decreases, demand decreases, or price, whenever price is decreased, sale increases, and price increases, sales will be decreased. There is a negative correlation. So by an estimated 20 pice per week for each $1 increase, if you increase $1, then that is a decrease of 20 pice per week. This is the interpretation. So increase by selling the, and increases selling price x1 as net rate of effects of changes due to the advertising. So advertising, increase of advertise, sales also increases. That is y intercept, y center is beta 2. That is estimated average of when y of y when xi equal to 0. That is the minimum. This is a problem again. The multiple regression equation, sales equal to, by solving the regression equations, we get here beta 0, b0, b1 and b2. b0 is the y intercept, that is the minimum value 306, and now interpretation like this. See, where sales is the number of pies per week, so price is the dollar, advertising the price also in $100. So interpretation is like this. b1 is 24.975 is a price. It means that the sales will decrease. Why it will decrease? There is a negative sign. If it is a positive sign, there is the increase. That is the difference. So you have to interpret like this. When if you get the value negative, then there is a decrease with the y values. Here y is sales. Sales will decrease on average by 24.975 pies per week for each $1 increase in selling price, net of the effects of changes due to advertising. Similarly, B2 here plus is there, plus 74.131 is there. So there is a increase in the advertising, increase in the sales. That is the meaning. Then how to interpret this? So interpretation is for $1, this 74 on an average 74. This sales increases. So sales will increase on an average by 74.21 pies per week for each $100 increase in advertising. Advertising net of the effects changes due to the price. Next is this is the interpretation. Today let us stop here. Let us continue in the next class. Before concluding, I would like to say that I will go fast, I think, because time is very short. Also, anyhow, I will already send one the unit 2 one part notes I have sent. The second part I will send some little changes is there. So I will make correction and then we will send that. And chapter 3, 4, 5, the notes are ready, no problem. Already typed notes are there. I will send in meantime. Also, one thing I would like to say that please note only small examples. In the sense, lengthy proofs or lengthy examples don't go in deep that. So just take a glance of that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Let us stop here.